All right, you all. So, welcome to Kingdom Living Ministries. I am Apostle Quatanya Barnett, and I am so excited because today we get ready to start talking about Unrobe. So, if you know me or if you have been following my ministry, especially since 2009, then you have surely have heard of Unrobe. Before I really get started, because I know I can talk, let me go ahead and bring up Minister Takara. Hey, Mr. Takara.
Good
How you
afternoon.
doing? You doing
Good.
good?
Yes, I'm great.
Good, 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 good. I wanted to help and bring you on because if not, I know how I like to talk. And I will go ahead and talk without you, and you'll be behind stage just waiting. But as I was sharing with the people, if they have followed me at least since 2009, you have heard of Unrobe.
Oh yeah.
Unrobe is a healing ministry that when I first started out, I wanted to cater to leaders. I wanted because I had just I've been in ministry at that time for like 2 years, and I wanted to know what was it like, being who who I was at the time and the nature of the things I was getting ready to go into. So at the time, Mr. Carr, I was single, had children that was in high school, trying to do this ministry thing. I've never seen it work from the inside, meaning my house. So there was no pastors in my immediate family that showed me the way. And then once I got saved, got delivered, and really got in church, and then start sitting up under my church, my covering, I saw how church was, but it was still kind of different, far as being part of the ministry, and then now I'm trying to lead my own ministry as a single woman who have children. So I remember talking to God and saying, hey, send me to some people, send me to some people who's going to teach me or show me. And then God said clearly, no, I'm sending them to you.
Amen.
And yeah, and this is how Unrobe got started. My armor bearer at the time, she was unrobing me. And I sweat real hard and, just everywhere, just wet. And as she was unrobing me, that's what God was showing me. He was like, as long as I have that robe on, no one can see what's underneath my robe. They can't see the sweat. They can't see the stains, around my bra, my shirt just drenched. They can't see any of that because the robe is hiding it, right? But once I unrobe, then everything that was hidden is now revealed. So now what it done was it allowed me to be vulnerable, with my armor bearer or whoever else was in the room. It allowed them to see me, not necessarily naked, but it allowed them to see my vulnerability and some issues that I was hiding while I was ministering. So that's how Unrolled came about. God said, I'm not going to send people to you. I'm going to send you to people. And and I've just been sticking with it. You don't have to expose me. I will expose myself. In other words, you don't have to talk about who you think Quatanya is. You don't have to bring up my past. You don't have to expose anything that I have done or said. You hang around with me long enough, I'm going to talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to
Yes.
expose myself. So I just wanted to give the viewers just a little bit about Unrobe, and how it came about. And Unrobe is very dear to me. But I also wanted you to get on because you had your first experience. I don't know if you went to any of the sessions in the past,
Mm-mm.
uh, or if last year was the first. But if you don't mind, just tell the people who you are, and you can talk. You can tell them how we got connected and all that good fun stuff, and
I'm Minister Takar
what
Gowans.
experience with Unrobe in New York. All right,
And when I
it's yours.
began, I began
Uh-oh, I lost you.
and
Uh-oh, I can't
understanding
see.
what Unrobe when we went to New
Wait a
York
minute.
last year.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Your screen, it went out. I lost you for a minute.
Okay, I
Start
gotta
over.
start.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
So I
it's okay.
began with Unrobe. Last year was my first year. Um and going to New York. it was a it was an experience. First off, I've been out of to different states, but not for ministry. And like you said, with the leaders, understanding that you got to let go of some of the things that you've had with you for life to learn,
Right.
understanding that you got to be transparent to what your life is about now.
Right.
So going to New York, it gave me time really just to get away from my family and my friends
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
to learn what ministry is with other states and other people, because we all
Mhm.
have different gifts and purposes, but you don't really understand your purpose until you get out and you realize people need me. So like
Right.
while I was in New York, it helped me stop being scared or
Oh,
trying to feel like I was hiding something, because these people didn't know me and they were just
right.
receiving me to say what I needed to say, and I wasn't in fear about what somebody was going to say about me once I went to my hotel, because
Mhm.
it was like we all were open about how what we were going through and what we
Right.
needed to be delivered from. And
Right.
Unrobed helped me understand what deliverance in real life means. It's like you're like a stinking onion. Like that's the way I look at Unrobe. It helps you learn what your layers are. So as you cut through them, you can be delivered through the things that's deep down in your soul. So going to New York and like really experiencing new people and new things, it was an eye opener to understand what God has been giving me my whole life. It's time to cut yourself up and get some things out. It's time to figure out how you can help more than just yourself and your kids. There's more things
Right.
on earth that need you besides just you. And a lot of people, we become selfish and self-absorbed because that's really what we're thinking. We're after survival for ourselves. But we're really here for humanity, to learn to be conscious that more than just people have testimonies than just yourself. So
Right.
that's when on road opened my eyes to my testimony could actually help some people, because I'm not the only one that's tried to commit suicide, or I'm not the only one that's tried to just not want to exist sometimes, because stress and frustration and sadness, deaths, like it's still part of life, but you can't stay there. That's what
Right.
Unrobe showed me, is you got to go forward. You can't just stay in your testimony. You got to go through it. And with ministering with Apostle Katanya, she just pretty much taught me that you can't do it all in one day. It's a process, and you got to
Right.
pace yourself. Don't try to go to cold turkey. I learned that through her, because I was trying to clear it all
Mhm.
out and just quit and not do nothing. And then I was like, wait a
Mm-mm.
minute. Then I don't have myself no more if I don't go and still go to the movies or go to the like restaurants and hang out with my kids. Like it's still life to live. And the people that you interact with when you get out there, you're going to teach them right now, because you out there doing right for God. So
Yes.
Unrobe just opened up my eyes to more and more of learning how to live healthy. Like ministry
Yes.
is your mental health in real life. It's teaching you how to mentally understand that we gonna mess up, but we can't stay there. Like we got to get back up.
Yes.
Got to keep on going.
Yes.
So going to
Yes.
New York,
Yes.
I loved the whole experience. Just leaving North Carolina behind and going to realize that people are the same no matter where you're at. They want
Right.
God. And
Right.
I didn't realize how strong God was on my life. I'm not even gonna lie, until I went to New York. I know that
Mhm.
I help people and I care about people and I'm fostering and all of that stuff. But God is fostering more, not just with kids. He's fostering
Right.
adults, children, men. Like I had a way that I never saw until I
Right.
went up there and put myself into something I knew nothing about. And that's what Unrobe, it just taught me that you can be transparent, but you don't got to keep hiding, because everybody going through the same thing, just different ways at different times of their life. So,
Right.
whew,
Right. And if I can add, on the road, like you said, it's something that we have to do daily, or this is what I'm gathering what you're saying. You have to do it daily. And this is
yeah,
why I always say in ministry, we're not perfect. I know there may be some people who may want me to say, you are perfect. You got to. I can't say that yet. I'm sorry. Y'all don't, y'all work with your pastor. I'm not there yet. I'm not perfect. I listen, I told you, like, maybe I think it was last month or a couple months ago, I am on this journey to where I am really learning myself. I thought I knew myself. It, like you said, it's like an onion. You constantly pulling layers back, and once you pull those layers back, you're like, oh my God, this is what I've been given to people. And then you really start crying because you're like, I didn't know I was that ugly. I didn't know I was that nasty. Yeah, you may have a pretty face, but let me tell you about these pretty faces. You can
Mm,
be pretty, you can be handsome, you can have it going on. But if that inner side of you, that inner heart, that being, if that thing is nasty, it doesn't matter about the face. You
right.
understand? And so I'm happy and I'm proud to say that with Unrobe, God constantly reminds me, okay, Patanya, there's still areas that you need deliverance.
Yes, Lord.
Oh no, no, no. She's a pastor. How's she? Hush, because I need deliverance. So even when we do deliverance training, and y'all be like, oh God, we leaving out with buckets full of paper towels and my back hurting and I can't sleep because of this or that, whatever. I get it, but you have to understand the same thing that you all experience, I have to experience it too. You
Amen.
understand?
Yes.
Deliverance is the children's bread. We have to understand that there's areas of our lives that need healing. Some things we will have to go through deliverance, and we know what that is, as far as the manifestation of maybe the discharging of certain, like throwing up, crying, screaming, whatever. We understand that. But I tell people, however you get your healing, however you get your breakthrough, sometimes all you need is a good scream.
That's it.
You don't need for me to come and oil you down. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? I need that oil for when I go to school, I go to
That's
that
it.
classroom. You know what I'm
it.
saying? I don't need to oil you down on Sundays. You just need a good scream. You just need a
Yeah.
good Jesus,
It's
And
praise.
yeah, and so for me, being a leader, I understand that in order for me to continue this journey, I have to be willing to expose myself. I
Right.
have to be willing to pull down that zipper
Mm-hmm.
a little bit at a
Yes.
time. Of course, we know we can't give everything too soon. We can't
No.
give everybody everything because some folks can't hold weight. Oh, you go to that church and she used to be a such and such and she done
Yeah.
such and such. But if you were to ask your leader, they may say, oh, yeah, because we done it together.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I'm
Lord.
just one who leads and allow the platform to be open to say that we all have weaknesses. We
Yes.
all, not only weaknesses, but we all have issues in our lives that has scarred us. You understand? Because a lot of times, again, and I need to clarify some stuff because when we think of weaknesses, sometimes we think of sex, sometimes we think of drugs, being tempted on those levels.
Alcohol.
But
Yes.
but yeah, but when we unroll, we deal with that attitude. We're
Yes.
dealing with nasty attitude. Why are
Yes.
you so jealous? Why are you so envious of
Mm-hmm.
your brother or your sister?
Yes.
Why, the mental health, the issues that we're having, that we're seeing today. All people need to do is talk, you
That's
know,
right.
as
Communicate.
they are. Go ahead. So what now?
Yes, there need to be more communication. Yes. And people
Yeah, yeah.
rolling their eyes and not just walking out because you come in the room like, what did I do? Like it's many days I wonder, I go like, what's going on? Like there's only one way to figure out what's wrong is for you to tell me what's wrong.
Talk. Yes.
Yes.
Talk, talk. And that's something we know our generations and the generation prior, we know that many of us was reared to keep our mouths
That's right.
quiet, to keep things in the house. Some people even to this day are being raised not to say anything, or
Mhm.
they are going through abusive situations.
They're
You
layered
know,
up.
they are in abusive marriages,
Mhm.
whether it's verbal abusive or physical abusive, and they're choosing not to say anything
Yes.
because they are afraid. But this is the thing. What it does is that it puts you in a position to where you cannot fulfill the
Right.
purpose that
Hmm.
God has for you, because you're living in a world that God never created for you. You understand? You're living in a world of fear. God did not create us to have fear. He did not create us to be angry at one another. You with me? He did not create that. So when you allow your circumstances to be the root cause to you being who you are,
Right.
and it's not lining up to the purpose and the will of God, you have to unroll. You need to unroll. You need to
Yeah.
say, listen, I know God has a plan for me. We understand what Jeremiah 29:11 says. We understand. We can quote it in
Yes.
our sleep. Our sleep. We know that He has a plan. But the problem is jealousy keeps us
Yes.
from fulfilling the plan. If I'm
Right.
jealous of you, if you get the microphone before I do, and I'm already jealous of you, I'm not going to give God the glory. He's not going to be able to release his glory over my
Mm-mm.
life because I'm jealous of you. So, like, even when we tag team, we're like, oh, I don't want to go
Right.
first. I don't want to go behind her. Why not? Let me rest. You know what I'm saying? Because
You should,
I'm at the place
right. You should have
where,
just as much glory. Yeah, the glory comes from both of us, and He makes it. God know how to make it look wonderful. We do what we doing, but we got to make sure He's doing it through us. Cause it don't matter who comes first
exactly.
or last. He gonna get what He need out of you. It's like a rag, and He's just squeezing you till you can get clear to say what He
Yeah.
needs, so He can get more people delivered. That's what He's after. He's not about neither one of us. He's after the
Mm-mm.
glory that He wants to wring out of both of us, because everybody can't receive from everybody, because they're looking at, like you said, their circumstances. They're looking at where they
Mm-hmm.
came from, who they used to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
who they done dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
We trying to deal with
Mm-hmm.
God now. It's not about who I've been around now. It's about who I'm around now. When it comes to God and where I got to go, that's true. That's so true.
Listen, listen. When
Thank
I
you,
first
Lord.
started ministry, I used to climb on chairs, pull from the chandeliers. I used to be loud. I used
Yes.
to be loud. I used to be very radical.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing people say, I can't get with her because she's so
Mm-hmm.
loud. It's because she's so loud. But what they didn't realize was they didn't know my story.
Yes, they didn't know what I've
What
been
I
through.
go, yeah, when I go out and minister, it's so much easier to minister when I'm invited to go out, to other
Yeah.
places. The anointing is different. Uh, I always flow in a different manner than I do at home, and a
Mhm.
lot of times it's because, first of all, it's not a familiar territory.
Right.
Secondly, there's a different level of pull, and then there's the assignment. So when I am on assignments, and my assignment is to reveal the real Q, the
Mhm.
real person who has gone through hell, but yet got that smile on her face and will still fight the devil. When I'm
Yeah.
on that type of assignment, I have to forget about who I am. So, yes, I may be very vocal. I may be very loud. I may stay in prayer a little bit longer than most people would want. I may prophesy a little bit longer because why? I know what it's like to want to hear the voice of God, but nobody tell me what God is saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if they tell me something, it may not be accurate. You
That's
understand?
right. Yes, because the
So,
expectation is different.
mhm,
Because when you're at home, we're getting it every Sunday. But when you go
right.
out, there's a different expectation on your life, and you want to serve your purpose for God, and you want to go home like you did what you were supposed to. And that's the way I feel too. Not just at churches, at people homes, out at the
Yes.
grocery store. Like I can tell when people look me in my eyes and they need.
Right. 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 You went out again. But yeah, just to piggyback what she's saying, we need her. We need each and every one of y'all, and that's why it's so important to realize that, again, we're not perfect. The only person who's perfect is Jesus the Christ, right? But we do take what he has given us and we allow God to work those miracles on the inside of us. We have to say to ourselves, there are some areas in our lives that we can improve on. That's why here at Kingdom Living, I'm always talking about improvement. I'm always talking about our hearts. I'm always talking about our minds, changing how we do things. And the reason why is because we've been scarred. You understand? We've been scarred. And when you've been scarred for a long time, it's challenging to be that person that God has called you to be. But at the same time, in the midst of that that area of being challenged, you still can, but you have to be honest with God, and you have to be honest with yourself and say, hey, I need some show enough healing. I need some healing. I need some deliverance, and I want to be made free. I want to be made whole. This is why we come together to unrobe. Now, let me try to see if I can get her to get back on real quickly because I want to hear what she has to say. So last year, excuse me, the years prior, we would have Unrobe every month, every third Saturday. And then I slacked off from it. And then last year we picked back up to house it in New York, Rochester, New York. And when I say that it was a blessing, as Minister Takar was saying earlier, it really was a blessing to see those people, those ladies and children being hungry, wanting to know what does it mean to unrobe, and so I said we was going to alternate. So we're not going to be in New York this year, but we're going to house Unrobe, the conference here in North Carolina. The dates are May the 16th through the 18th, but the venue will be determined. Okay, so I have not decided exactly where we're going to have the conference at, but we will have it here in North Carolina, May the 16th through the 18th. All right, so hopefully she's able to get back on. But I just want to encourage you, I want to encourage you now to come to the conference. Um, and you don't necessarily have to wait until the conference. Come, let me go ahead and add her. Go ahead
Yes.
and come join us here at Kingdom Living Ministries, because On the Road is a baby of mine, but I still give everything, from the birthing of Kingdom
Yes.
Living. All right. And we thank God. Come
Yes.
on through.
Yes. Unrobe is something that's really, I love her baby because it's birth ministers. It's birth
Mhm.
better behaviors with children around us. Like you can see the change because if a parent change, they're able to change their children. So that's the way I
Right.
feel like if you take the time to unrobe for yourself and realize what you've been through underneath for young to now, you can birth better babies yourself. And
Right.
that's why I like the way you broke unrobe. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of it because if you'd have never birthed it, no one really understands that it's okay to mess up with deliverance and get cleaned up.
Yes.
Like you'd never
Yes.
understand that I done messed up a lot, but it's no safe place to be unrobed out in the street. So it's good to
Right.
be safe in a place that can say, yes, I just cussed her out before I walked in, but I got to learn to control my tongue. So, like,
Right.
unrobe doesn't keep allowing you to keep layering up underneath that carpet and sweeping it under. It's helping you lift that rug up and sweep out from under it to get un unrobed. Like,
Right.
I
Right.
just thank God for May coming. I'm excited for May. I'm
Yes.
very excited for May
Yes.
to come because
Yes.
people
Yes.
need to be aware of what you're trying to say and what you're trying to do. Because once you get clean, you can, oh my goodness, you can clean so many problems and people up to
Hmm.
serve God. And it won't be so much fear and so much frustration. And like you said, so much jealousy because we're all on the same fighting battle. Like we're on the same field.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
unrobe is very important. It's a necessity for your life right now because this is an urgency right now for what's going on in this world.
Right.
From the kids to the adults, y'all, we got to get together and get
Right.
unrobed so we can unrobe more things, not just at home, but the
Right.
communities. Like even
Yes.
the workers
Yes.
that work for the workers, like whew, there are so many people that need to be touched, and Unrobe can really
Right.
touch a lot of people once you leave and realize what you're out
Right.
here, your purpose, or what you're supposed to be
Right.
doing. So I
Right.
definitely agree. Unrobe is the way to unrobe.
That's the, I get it. Thank you. You know, I want to encourage the viewers, and even those that will, see it later in the days and the months to come.
Yes.
Don't be ashamed. Sometimes we think, well, if I expose myself or if I go to that type of church, they're going to know all my business. Listen, sometimes we know your business anyway. You
God
know what I'm
already
saying?
knows.
I mean, yeah, yeah, God. But I'm talking about sometimes we know your business because you put your business on Facebook.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? You put your business out in them streets.
That's right.
So
Too.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't want to go to that type of church because, or I don't want to go in because I'm scared to be exposed.
Mm,
No, 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 no. See, the church, and this is where we have to do a better job of allowing people to see what the church is meant for. The
yes.
church is truly a hospital.
Yes.
The church is truly a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
The church is designed to for us to come in and to get what's necessary and then go back out and be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yes.
you're sick and you go to the hospital to the doctor, you don't just stay there and stay sick, you
Mm-hmm.
know. If you stay there and you stay sick because they can't help you, then what happens is you die.
Right.
That's the
Right.
next step. So there's a
Yes.
lot of times we're in church and we're staying sick because we refuse to get the proper medication. We refuse to take the advice of the physician. So then we find ourselves dying or our purpose dying. But
Yes.
what Unrobe does is it allows you to see, yes, you may can point to who I used to be and
Yes.
what I may have done, but you do not have the right to dictate my future.
That's right. My
So
soul.
when me exactly so when me and God look at and examine
Mm-hmm.
what's up under here. Come
Yes.
on through.
Yes. Now.
Come
Yes.
on. When me and God look and we examine what's up under here, it's up to us.
Yes.
Me and God, not you,
That's
not
right.
your opinions about me. But now it's up to me and God on what I do next. It's
Mm-hmm.
either I'm going to live or I'm either going to die. So unrobe allows you to say, I have this on. And as long as I have it like this, you don't see
Yeah.
me
That's
for
right.
who I am.
Yes.
But when I expose this, you see how this is draped.
Mm-hmm.
You see that I'm shaped like a woman should be shaped. But as long as I'm covered, you'll never see. But when I uncover, then now we're able to see fully after we start moving the jealousy, the envy, the strife, the mental issues,
Yeah.
the transparent. When we start being transparent, then we're able to see the real person that
Yeah.
God created us to be. Because a lot of us are going into ministry. We have these suit. Well, let me no, don't say that. Okay, so we're going into ministry.
Yes, God.
We're going into ministry. We're doing a whole lot of stuff, but we don't want to change.
That's it. Yeah, you think you can
And
keep
then
on. That's why people get mixed up because they thinking, oh, you can still do that. Oh, let's go keep on doing that. No, if it's not right, you're not supposed to still be doing it. Like if it's gonna get you in trouble or get somebody else included in trouble, no, we can't. And if you sleeping with somebody's husband, no, you gotta stop. If you going out getting too drunk, there it's in the Bible. Everything that you're supposed to do right it's in there. So that's
right,
why we have to start digging into our word and taking it for what it's worth. Even though you don't
right,
want to do right all the time, but he
right,
definitely will still give you what you need to do right. So that's
right.
why we got to stay connected to that word. Thank you, Lord.
We got to work out our own soul and salvation
Yes.
with fear and trembling.
Yes,
And
Father.
Unrobe allows us to do that. It
Mhm.
allows us to see and discover who we are
Yes.
and what we have become because of life's choices
A wake
and
up call.
life
Yes,
circumstances.
yes,
Mhm.
Lord. It's
It
giving you a
allows us
wake up.
to.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lord, Apostle. Yes.
So listen, you know we can talk about this because me and you know we're talkers, so we can talk about this all day long, but I'm not going to hold you. But I'm glad that you stopped what you was doing just to get on with me, just to talk about your experience and to help me to um, make the clarion sound.
Yes,
Make
Lord.
way, make way, make way for
Make
On the
way.
Road 2025 in North Carolina. So, for those again, I want to try to get some of the people who have truly had some great experience with it, you know, to get on to talk about it because again, our testimonies,
Yes.
that's what we need to hear.
Yes.
Okay. It's time out from hearing a whole bunch of bad stuff about people. Let's hear some good stuff. And if you're going to bring up something bad, let's say she was this, or I seen when she used to do that, but who would have thought that she'd be behind that platform? Come on through.
I
You know what I'm
see. Yeah.
saying? Who would have thought? Listen, you
And
know,
say they see
and
the
I
light. Yes.
they listen exactly, exactly. But that's what Unrolled will do. So my goal, not my goal, but I believe my assignment,
Mm.
one of the assignments on my life is to help people to feel safe
Yes.
by being in their own skin and knowing who they can go to, which is God, our Father, and what steps they need to take in order to be a better person. You
Right.
understand?
Yes.
When we, I'm not saying if, but when we make choices that may not be pleasing to Him, we have to remember who we can go to.
That's right.
We can go back to Him. That's something else that Unrolled reminds us. You don't owe me anything,
Mm-mm.
but you owe Him everything because what He has done for us.
Yes, because
So,
provides it. That grace and that mercy. That's the reason we don't
mhm,
deserve half of the stuff we receive because we do not always do right. But he's saying,
right.
okay, that's all right. I'm gonna give you a chance to do right. And that grace
Hmm.
and mercy still covers us through our good, y'all, through our bad. When it's not even
Yeah,
making sense, he has
right,
that grace and mercy. Like I still be like, what?
right,
But I thank
right.
God for understanding my heart. He knows my heart. That's one thing I've
Yes,
learned. He knows our hearts. And we just
yes,
want
yes,
him. We just want him to do right. Yes, Lord.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Unrobe, unrobe. Y'all get out here and unrobe. Please get out here
Unrolled.
and unrobe.
All right. I agree with you. All right, y'all. So May the 16th through the 18th, let's unroll. We're going to do it together. We will come back with some more details about it. If you're interested, go ahead and reach out to us. Let us know, hey, please keep me in mind. Send me send me a text. I want to make sure that I register to be part of it. We're not charging to be part of the conference, but we do want to know who's coming. We do want to help be a blessing to you. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out here. All right, I'm gonna make an executive.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out here as the senior leader and make an executive decision to announce this. The first 50 people that register or make contact that, hey, I want to unrobe, or just, hey, or you can just text Unrobe 2025. We'll make sure that you get um, our Unrobe bag. And if you saw last year, listen, Deaconess Sherry Hill, she went to town
Yes,
with
she
all
did.
that stuff.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say what's all in it, but I will say that you won't be disappointed.
Mm-mm.
But we'll make sure the first 50, all you got to do again, even right now, if you just text Unrobe 2025 NC, we'll make sure we note your name. Please come to the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. Sunday morning, I will say, we'll be here at our location, 705 East Franklin Boulevard. We'll make sure that you get some goodies on
Man,
us. All right.
man.
So yeah, I made that call. So tell the team, you
Now let
know,
him know.
let them know. I went ahead, went above, but I love y'all. But again, May the 16th through the 18th, we will continue to give out more information. We want you to come. Listen, it doesn't matter if you go to another church or if you're not in church, partner with us. Volunteer. Listen, we're looking for praise for a team, praise team. We want somebody who really know how to who listen. Okay.
Shake the atmosphere up. Shake the
Yeah.
atmosphere up.
Shake the atmosphere. Change it up.
Let God do it.
Yeah, help me out so I can say it because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But yeah, yeah. If y'all know me, you know where I'm trying to go with this. So we definitely want some people who really want God to use them. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? We're not trying to entertain. But yeah, we are. If you want to volunteer uh, um, as part of the praise team, let me know. Send me a message. You got one. I want to work. I want to help with the praise team. You
Amen.
know, um, There's so many ways that you can help volunteer and partner. Again, you don't have to be part of our church. Kingdom Living, we ain't set up like that. We just want you, listen, we are trying to restore mankind back to God. And you know what? We need your help.
Yes,
We need
Lord.
your help. So if you want to help out in the conference, or if you say, hey, Apostle, what can I do to help Kingdom Living Ministries? Or better yet, what can I do to help God in restoring his people back to him? How can I do it? I'm here. That's all you got to say. Okay. And guess what? I'm not going to say, well, you can't do it because you ain't a member. No. What I will say is, come on through.
Yes.
All right. Come on through.
Be
That's
part
all
of
I'm
this
saying.
kingdom. Let's go. Let's go. Get to work in this
Let's
kingdom.
do it.
Yes,
Right.
Lord.
So there's many things that need to be done. But again, we will continue to come on and talk, and I'll be, bringing in different people to talk about Unrobe. But if you're interested, you want to help, you want to volunteer, you want to support the vision, and better yet, if you just want to just let God use you, then this is
Yes.
the team to be on for May the 16th through the 18th. All right.
Yes, y'all. Come
Was that
on out.
okay?
Come on out.
All right. She got disconnected again, you all. But I believe she was saying, y'all come on out. And I want to tag with that and say, yes, come on out, not only there in May, but also here at our local, our North Carolina location, 705 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Again, I am the senior leader, Apostle Quatanya or Apostle Q, and we would love to see you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Be blessed and let's unroll. All right. Thanks.